It's maybe a strange question, but I always think about this. I don't know if you watch movies. Do you remember the Rocky movies at all?
Oh, all of them, yeah.
So there's that Rocky, I think, 5, when Tommy Morrison comes in and Rocky's attentions towards Tommy Morrison. Did you feel some sort of jealousy at any time when Larry was involved in your family?
No, because I was real young still.
Okay.
You know, and
you didn't feel like Larry was taking your father's time at all or anything like that?
Oh, no, it wasn't like that. It wasn't like that. Basically, my dad discouraged it to him, made him go to college. Said after you go to college, come with a degree from college, and then we'll talk about it. And he did that.
Huh.
He did that. But I was just a kid. I looked up to Larry in those days. Because I looked at him and envisioned, well, that's what I want to be. I want to be tutored by my dad, and I want to come out, and I want to be a champion like my dad.
Yeah.
So I was, in those days, I looked up to Larry.
That's great.
Yeah.
Okay. When did you decide that you wanted to be a pro wrestler?
Oh, since I was a kid.
Just because of Dad?
Yeah, just because of him. Because I admired him so much. I loved him so much. I just thought, I always felt like it was something that I could do. And then when I got smart to the whole thing, I thought that was the neatest thing, about it all. That it was more of an art to draw people in, and I thought that was pretty neat.
Wow, that is pretty neat.
Yeah.
So.
And to create, and then those creative juices to create situations, to.
So you want to be a pro wrestler?
Yeah.
Where do you get your training from?
Okay, when I started in '79, I used to go to the Pittsburgh Civic Arena one day out of the because they ran the show every month, once a month on a Friday, and I used to work out with Larry Zbyszko. I used to work out with Baron Cicluna.
Two very big guys.
Yeah, when one couldn't make it, the other one would work out with me. And I had a buddy of mine that used to work out with me because in those days I was competing in bench press contests, and I had a training partner, and he wanted to be a wrestler. And when we couldn't get anybody to work out with us, me and him would go in there and go over stuff that they had taught us, and we would get the feel of the ring and everything. But in those days, yeah, it was. In other words, like people say, well, didn't you ever work out with your dad? And I said, I never worked out with my dad once on the mat. In the backyard, a couple of times we'd lock up, he'd fool around a little bit, but I mean, never like,
Right.
Like a Stu Hart or somebody.
No, right,
like
I got you. But Cicluna was a good trainer. Did you work with Johnny Rods at all?
No.
No. Okay.
I wrestled Johnny Rods.
Sure.
When I turned pro and all that, but it was basically with Zbyszko and Cicluna.
Okay. When do you finally, I know you get your training down in the South a little bit, and then when do you get the call to the WWE? How does that even come apart?
Okay. I was scheduled to go to the AWA. And then my dad had told me, I was working in Georgia, I was wrestling back and forth through Georgia. And then the territory was really down and everything, and I was working for Ole Anderson at the time, and then I can't remember, but an opportunity in the AWA came up, and that automatically meant better money.
Sure.
So I think I was scheduled to go into there, and then my dad had called me and told me about this that there's going to be an opportunity here, but it's up to you now. I'm going to be the commentator, and you're going to come. But it said it's up to you now, And I remember, oh yeah. And then we started. Then I came in for TV in '84. It was like I think it's September of '84, and we started on the same day. He started as a color commentator, and then I had my first match on TV, and that's. And I thought I was going to, really climb, it was going to be groomed and climb, Because my work was really pretty good then,
It was very good. I want to go back, but first, who wanted you in? Was it junior or was it senior bringing you in at that time?
I don't know about that, but Vince McMahon was already dead.
Okay.
If Vince McMahon Sr. was alive, I would have got it all.
Yeah, you would have.